What's up, Maniacs? So normally I like to occasionally go to the dealership to get work done, and usually if it's going to be a question about warranty, if it's something about tools that I don't, needing tools that I don't have, or just a really complex mechanical issue, I usually go to the dealership for those. I try and do everything else myself, but I'm not a professional mechanic. And it's also a fun opportunity to go check out the Mini dealership and see other Minis and see other Mini enthusiasts. So yeah, I go to the dealership on occasion to get work done, but I try and do most of it myself. But the other day I was at the dealership getting some work done on the Countryman, getting the winter tires installed and some other stuff. And they asked me if I wanted to have them change the filters. And I figured I'd ask how much it was while I was there. So the price for labor and a paper filter, a disposable one that you got to replace every year, that was more than the cost of a high quality, reusable, washable K&N air filter, which I got from one of my favorite mini parts sites, outmotoring.com. They always give a free keychain with most orders, so I've got a lot of keychains. So I went to outmotoring.com, got myself the nice K&N reusable filter, and I'm going to show you how to change the air filter on your R60 Countryman. And I'm sure it's pretty similar for most models, so you should be able to follow along. But yeah, let's get to it. It should be pretty quick. We'll see how long it's going to take us. I'm going to time it, and I'll put a number up at the end of the screen from start to finish how long it took me to change the filter. So let's go ahead, pop open the hood, and start changing the air filter, engine air filter for the Countryman. All right, so while we're under the hood, we're gonna wipe a few things down just to make sure they're clean, because we don't come under here a lot while we're detailing. And yeah, the air box is this guy right here. It could be a little confusing because they put the oil sticker on here. Has anybody ever called this number, 1866 Ask Mini? I don't even know if that's our real number. But yeah, this is the air box. We have 3 screws to undo. And in this particular instance, they're a T25 bit to get to there. If we're careful, we won't have to remove the intake hose and the sensors and all that. We'll just have to maybe pop this one out to give us a little more room. But it's, yeah, just these 3 screws. On the back, there aren't any screws. It's just some clips that you gotta clip into. So I'll show you that when we get it open. But yeah, let's give it a wipe down first. So these screws, once they're all the way backed out, they won't come all the way out, but they are backed out, so it is released from there, and which is nice, so we don't drop them down into the engine bay and never see them again. Okay, now we're just gonna pop this up. Remember, there's 3 clips in the back, so kind of pull forward a little bit and it'll release. And as you can see under there, our intake pipe's fighting us a little bit. There's the filter. So let's go ahead, remove that old filter. There's obviously some debris in there, so we'll vacuum that out real quick and then we'll put the new one in. So we've got our new K&N filter. Again, this is reusable. You take it out, you wash it, you put it back in. So this should last at least for the rest of the life of this car, but it should last you several years. You don't throw these away. They give you a sticker to put on your airbox just to remind maybe a mechanic working on it so they don't throw it away, or anybody else. Don't throw this filter away, just wash it and reuse it. And you're supposed to put it right there just as a reminder. So I will do that after I install it. So let's go ahead and just throw this in there. Make sure it seats down in there properly. And as you can see back there, there are the three clips that correspond to the bolts. So just make sure you slide the top of the air box into those before you secure it down the front. Okay, I lied. In order to get that box on top of the air box on there easier without wrestling with it, we're going to take off the intake pipe here. It is going to be the two bolts right there on the front, just to give us a little more room to slide that on. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And that, of course, can't be the same as the other three bolts. It's going to be a T27 instead of a T25. So let's go ahead and do that. Of course, these ones do come out all the way, so just be very careful not to drop them down into the engine bay. So now we should be able to move the box around a little easier to get it lined up. There we go. Once you got it in there, the three bolts on the front will line up. So now we can put our inlet back in and tighten that back up. And we'll put our sticker on there, so I don't think we'll forget, but in case somebody else owns this car in the future, they'll know. Well, we got a little bit of a problem. The sticker is not releasing from the backing paper. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't think we're gonna be able to stick this sticker on. K&N, if you see this video, can you send me a new sticker, one that I can actually peel off appropriately and apply? So yeah, that's it. We got the old filter out. It's covered in lovely bugs and other particles. And we got the new one in, the K&N one in. We got from outmotoring.com. Again, the price for that filter, which is a reusable filter, was cheaper than the price of having the dealership install a paper filter, which would need to be replaced in the future. So I think this is a great deal, super easy job. It only took me 15 minutes, and that's with recording the video and moving things around and getting some lighting. So I think you can do this in 10 minutes or less. So yeah, that's how you change a engine air intake filter. Next week we're going to do the cabin filter. That's another one that they kind of overcharge you for. I'm going to show you how to do that, just as inexpensive as the engine air filter. So subscribe if you haven't already so you can catch that one. Leave any questions or comments below if you have any, and as always, when you see other minis, don't forget to wave. I'll catch you in the next one.